dropped off a bunch of stuff.
What is happening today? We live on everything. Welcome to Smoking Barrel. We are here for our podcast. We are live on Instagram, live on Facebook, and live on YouTube. Thanks for joining us today. We have Charles Wilkerson, Whiskey Tango Charlie. We have Tanya Crocker, better known as T. Crocker Cigar Extraordinaire. I'm Brian Huff here at Smoking Barrel. What a great day. Whew.
Yeah.
Man, I'm living in Fuego right now.
Yeah. A little late start, but that's okay. We are.
Late start. Apologize for that. You guys looking for us, but
yeah, stuff happened.
Technical difficulty. Excuse me. So today we've got the Angel's Envy, which is phenomenal, distilled in Louisville, Kentucky, right downtown.
Yep.
Great place, great distillery, awesome. We got Herrera Estela Habano, which is a medium plus creamy cigar, which you guys are going to love right off the light. It's really good.
Right.
Charles, tell us about Angel's Envy.
Well, this is one of those. It's very popular, right? Everybody's seen the bottle. I mean, you can't pass this bottle up just because of the sheer beauty of it, right? The whole shape of it. So, catches your eye right from the get-go, sitting on the shelf. So this is one. This is one of their signatures. They call it the signature line. It is a bourbon that is finished in port wine cask. So it's a port finish, secondary finish. So and they finish it and then they blend and they put it together, and it's very mild. I mean, the first sip. I mean, I was looking for chocolate palate, but the very first sip I took a while ago, 86.6. So it is just going to be mild on the palate. It's very light. You're going to get on the nose. You're going to pick up some vanilla and maybe some raisin on the nose. You're going to pick up some on the palate. That vanilla's going to carry over. You might even get some hints of maple syrup. It just depends. Me, I don't get maple syrup all the time.
Right.
But you get hints of maple syrup. And then in the finish, you're going to always, I do at least, anytime I've ever sipped on this, is I get you get that, it's a Madeira wine, you get the grape, but it's never forward for me, it's never up front, because you got port wine influence comes in, but you get those hints, and it kind of sneaks up in the back, and at least it's never forward. So it's a great sipper. I mean, it's one of these, well known. They've got a couple others in there. I think the Angel Envy rye that's finished in a Caribbean rum cask is actually, I like it better than this stuff. That rye, that Caribbean rum and that rye is just, oh my gosh. But this, if you're looking for something smooth and light to sip on, if you enjoy some bourbons that are finished off into the wine cask, the ports, if you like that, the other one is which one I'm thinking of?
We have Cleveland Underground, which is that way. We also have the Fuquay, which you're not talking about, I know.
Oh crap! I'm drawing a blank here. It's been one of those long days. But anyway, this is, if you enjoy that. And some of them are a little more stronger on the front with the wine cask, but this one's not. This is a great sipper. So.
Well, and what I like about it is it's unique compared to other bourbons, right? So you get a bourbon, most of them are going to be vanilla or caramel or the ryes are going to be spicy on the front end. This one has that different flavor all the way through, as you were talking about.
Oh yeah.
And it makes it unique to me. So we got in the Angel's Envy rye. Now on the Angel's Envy rye, heavy caramel, like it is dessert caramel.
It is so sweet.
Oh, it's
that rum cask really throws a lot of sweetness in.
It has a big influence on the finish of that bourbon. It really does.
So let me take you down a different road here. As I was thinking about this all day today, sort of preparing in my thoughts is. So, how many barrels of bourbon do you think are produced a year?
A year?
Annually by
all of them, right?
just how many? I mean, the number's big, right? Let's make it easy. The number's big. How many barrels of bourbon?
I mean, we're in the millions, so
Just lots, right? We can agree on that.
I'm going to throw out 50 million barrels.
Well, maybe. I don't know what that number is. I really don't know.
Oh,
The
well,
point
we'll
is,
find out.
here's the point. So you think about it, and we've talked about this on our podcast and stuff, and conversations we've had. So when they go pulling barrels from the rick house and they're sampling, right? There's those that are just you got two barrels that came filled one right after the other. They set in the rick house beside each other, and one barrel is magic, is an incredible. One barrel, the side of it is not really all that. So what do they do with that barrel that maybe is just not quite, didn't happen for whatever reason? It just didn't happen, right? Maybe it's got a little funkiness to it or something, right? What do they do with those?
I say plug it back up. Put it back up on the shelf.
Well, they'll put it on the shelf. So think about this. Let me take you down a different thought process here. So would you agree that the budget aisle is pretty plentiful, right? I mean, it's pretty heavily populated, the budget bourbons, right? Well, think about this. If you're a distiller, you're a producer, and you're saying, okay, I've already got budgets. The budget lineup is pretty crowded. Well, how can I take some bourbon that maybe wasn't quite up to snuff by itself, but I can finish it in a port cask and change that flavor profile, and now I move it to more of a premium, right? Rather than just putting it. Okay. And I'm not disparaging any of them because this is a great product. But that, you have to really think about that, is intentionally they produce thousands and thousands of gallons of juice, and sometimes some of it maybe not quite up. And some of it they blend it in and they do that other. But what do you do with some of that maybe that's been hard to get to? And then so do they use, and I don't know the answer for this, but my suspicion is if I'm the business owner and I'm trying to figure out, okay, this job here didn't quite measure up, do I just throw that out, or I'm just going to throw it to the cheap rack, if I will? Or can I do something with it that will enhance and make it more palatable and actually maybe improve it greatly? Well, I think that's some of what happens in some of these secondary finishes. And the third thing to that, all of that is I believe that the consumer's palate is demanding more than just the bourbons anymore, just a plain bourbon. They're looking for that flavor profile.
Right.
You know, the staves that going in there and all the things they're doing without putting additives in it, like adding flavoring, but they're putting wood staves in, secondary cask finishes, this, that, and another, and that's it. But and they've hit a home run. Obviously, Angel Indi hit a home run with this recipe.
Right. Oh, yeah. No, I agree with you because if you, for the average person, you walk up to a bar and they've got 30 bourbons up there plus, right? How many people are actually going to be able to pick out the differences between those?
Right.
They don't.
Right, they don't. They're going to look at
Name.
Crown Peach, Crown Apple, Crown,
They're gonna look at name and what they had before.
Yeah.
And try to figure out how to pair that bourbon that's in
Yeah.
and it's all about comfort. It's all about knowing the name. You're absolutely right, T. It's just, so they're not going to be able to distinguish that. But when you have a Cleveland Underground and you have an Angel's Envy, you have a different finish on these bourbons that give it a little different taste.
Oh, yeah.
And people will gravitate to that after they try it, right? So they're gonna, once they're introduced to it, they're gonna try it and they're gonna go, wow, that's different.
Yep.
So it's very difficult to decide between Woodford, Knob Creek, Elijah Craig Small Batch. There is a big difference, in my opinion, between, say, an Elijah Craig and a Maker's Mark.
Yes.
Right? So you can tell that. Like an old, I'm looking up here on our thing, like an old Raleigh versus a Booker's. You can tell that difference.
Sure.
But when you look at mainstream rye or regular bourbon, if you're going to stick with the ryes, you're not going to be able to tell a whole lot of difference. If you stick with the regular bourbons, you're not going to be able to tell a whole lot of difference. Now, you can go outside the class and go rye versus regular bourbon or small batch, single barrel. Yes.
Right. Sure.
But it's very difficult. So when you get something unique, finished like the Angel's Envy, it's going to stand out more, which is why,
Sure.
right, we're talking about they hit a home run with Angel's Envy.
Right. And so they're taking, again, I don't know what the source of the bourbon is. In other words, I don't know if everything, but everything is probably at this point is saying, okay, we're going to take these barrels. They know where they're at. The bourbon going into the cask, the port cask, they already know, okay, we've got a certain profiles we have to hit to put it in there, and they understand what coming out of that is where it's going to be. And the fact that it's 86 proof, it's going to be mild. I mean, you look at the color; it's a very light yellow, so it's going to be a mild. Fact is, I'll tell you this I don't know how you end up doing, but I can tell you this one would have not been a very good pairing with last week, because that last cigar we had last week's had a lot. It was up there. It had a little. It had some bite to it. This one's a much milder cigar, so it works.
Right.
It's still that's a much lighter bourbon than.
So what he's saying is, Carol Lee can actually drink it.
Yes.
Oh, she'd kill that bottle probably. It'd be like drinking water. Well, maybe.
I bought her a bottle of the Raj. Absolutely loved it.
Lost it. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like candy. That's like.
But no, T picked the cigar for the bourbon. So she picked a great cigar. I mean, we're talking about the Herrera Estela Habano, which is a 94 rated cigar. It's a Nicaraguan Habano, and it's a medium plus. I'm going to call it a medium.
Wow.
But it's very smooth from the light up, right? So that's
Look at the
that's
burn
from
on
the
that.
light up,
Just as a burn.
and it's burning great. I mean, anytime you're above a 90 cigar, you're doing well, right? You hit the mid 90s, you're doing phenomenal.
Right.
Sierra, can I get a bottle of water, please? And you're talking about a cigar that is extremely popular with the Drew Estate line. It's one of their premier cigars. Thank you. And you're talking about just one of the highest rated. I mean, there's not a whole lot more rated than that. What's our retail on this, T? Like $12.50?
Between 10 and 12.
So you're between 10 and 12 on this cigar. And it goes back to what we've talked about many times, and maybe some people not viewing today that haven't viewed in the past. And we tell you, dude, you don't have to pay $25 for a good cigar. That is all about name. That is all about status.
Is this
I
one
want a Padron, or I want a Davidoff, or whatever. This ranks right up there with all of them. It's a budget cigar. It's very good.
Is this one you guys have had for a while? Yeah. I thought I'd seen this one around.
Yeah.
So they make this one. They have one that's in a Lewis or teal wrapper, and then they also make the Miami. Miami. I don't think you can smoke that small.
Oh, it's full.
It's full.
Gotcha.
It's a good cigar. It's a good cigar. I'll try to get some in.
Nice.
I'd love to have that one. I haven't had the Miami, so I'd love to try the Miami.
Make your hair stand up.
Just a little bit.
I know we have every now and then we'll have one, and I swear, I get home and I'm like ready to have some dinner, and I'm like wired up. I'm
Yeah.
like, it's like, okay, did I have espresso shots or something going on? Or like, but yeah,
Well, it's like you know me. I'm more medium to full body, but I had a Perdomo 20-year in my case. So last night I was sitting on the back porch and I wanted to light up, and I had the Perdomo. It is medium,
Right.
maybe, you know, and it's a great smoke. But I mean, it didn't hit me the way I want, you know, like I want it. But quality smoke, a quality cigar, just like this one. I mean, this is a great smoke, and we talk about so many times you cannot judge quality by price.
right,
And the same with bourbon, the same with anything. Except people don't know enough to choose
right,
what they want. That's our job,
yeah.
to
Well,
help them see that.
excellent pairing right here. Just, I'm going to tell you, I love the way a sip comes in. So I get a couple of puffs on this, and I get a little sip of the Angels in me, and it just sort of, it's a cooling effect almost when the bourbon hits the palate, and then I get that sip, and that I'm after a couple, about 3 or 4 sip in now, I'm getting hints of the port, the Maduro-ish. If you were thinking about a Maduro wine or something like that, you get that in the back, and it's I love it.
But it also lingers. So I'm getting that
It
taste
lingers.
lingering
It lingers.
on the back of my throat. And that is so different from any bourbons that we drink.
Right.
It really is. What do you think, Tig? How's that cigar?
Good.
Now, is this one that you smoke on a regular basis?
Every once in a while. Every once in a while. I like this one and the Undercrown tea from Drew Estates.
I really enjoyed the Undercrown. I mean, that's typical. When I enter Drew Estate, I've got, the Undercrown was always I keep a couple of those in the humidor at home, so they're always good.
Well, and I think that a lot of people associate Drew Estate with a more flavored cigar.
Yeah.
You know, Fat Bottom Betty, Crazy Alice.
Right.
You know, all of those are sweet.
Right.
You know, and what they put out a really great product when we start moving on to cigars that are not flavored, and they have a great system of that.
Right.
You know, and I think that they have so many cigars and so many lines that people lose track of. We got the Acid, the Cuba Cuba, you know, you've got the Fat Bottom Betty, the Crazy Alice, the Sweet Jane. You got all these, right?
Right.
And you don't think about the Undercrown and the Herrera and Stella and all of these great cigars that they put out, because they're reaching a broad spectrum
Right.
of cigar smokers.
Right.
And it's amazing. I have no idea how many lines they have. Could not. Oh, I do have an answer for you.
Okay. Annual barrels.
Annual barrels, 2.6 million. In the rick houses, 11 plus million.
Yeah, I knew it was over 10, but yeah, 11 million. And they're
So that goes to show you, I'm like the Rain Man when it comes to
so you think about it, in the grand scheme of the percentages of that quantity, every single barrel is not going to be just to the right. It's not going to be magical. There's going to be a dud or two in there. So again, it goes to my point. What do you do with those maybe that just don't measure up? There's no way that they're going to be able to do whatever they want to do with it.
Right.
And again, your budget shelf is packed with budget, and most of these guys have a budget brand anyway. And so what do you do with those? And so, our friend Jeff up at Bourbon 30, he gets a hold of some barrels from Indiana and different places, and they're problems. They're just a problem. Well, he takes it into his system with the staves and stuff that he's doing, the finishing, the craft finishing that he works on, and he works that stuff around, and so it may take a little bit of time, but some of these guys, look, we ain't got time to mess with that. Let's move on. Let's just sell
they got
that.
1 million barrels in there.
Yeah, so
Right.
and then you get some of the other craft finishers out there. I think that some of them are kind of in the same boat. Okay, yeah, we'll buy that at a good price. We're going to bring it in and we're going to work with it, and we'll barrel it to something else. We'll finish it in something different to get something that is acceptable and appreciated by the consumer. I mean, the hell of it is about are we as consumers going to be appreciative of what is coming out, right? That's all it is.
Well, and when you met Jeff's staff, you understand those guys come out and they'll take a stave, they'll take a thief and just take it out. They'll try it, and those guys know instinctively, hey, you know what? This is going to work better for this. It's pretty amazing, their palates and their experience, to be able to say, you know what? I mean, like they did with me. They go, what do you like?
Yeah.
I say, you know what? I'm sitting around the house. Just give me a Knob Creek 9-year reserve.
Yeah.
I'm good with it.
Right.
Like that's my go-to at home.
Right.
I'm just gonna sit around, I'm gonna sip it. It's a little sweet, but it's gonna have that finish on the end. And they can take the profile out of 40 barrels and make that close, right? So they're gonna be able to take that barrel that they purchased from somebody. They're gonna be able to taste it and go, we need some oregano in this. Whatever. I mean, I know it's not oregano, but they're going to be able to figure out that recipe to bring out the flavor of that. You may have to dump it into a whole new barrel,
Right.
and it might be a number 4 char in order to get it out, but they've got to bring it out in order to make that flavor stand out.
Right. Right. I get you.
When you're going through thousands of barrels, and that's not our guys, Bourbon 30. They're not going through thousands. But these big guys that are right beside them are going through thousands of barrels, and they discard, 10, 20, 100, 1,000 barrels.
Well, they know that. Look,
They don't have time
you got
to
a
sit
big
there and deal
producer,
with it.
big producer like Angels Envies or the Heaven Hills or the Buffalo Traces. They know which barrels and which profiles they need to hit for their batches.
Sure.
So they know, and they say, "Wow, this one is too far outside of the spectrum. Okay, that we'll do something different with that, right? Just
Dick.
move it on." But yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
I mean-
it's all good.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, Angel's Envy, by the way, is in downtown Louisville.
Great, it's
It's
a
a
fun
beautiful distillery. You guys got to go. If you haven't been to it, go to it. But what I was going to say with that is, I got time to spend with that, to nurture it, to get it. The big guys don't.
place. Right, they're moving.
They're about production. They're about getting it out, and they're in demand. I mean, we don't get enough of any of their stuff to have it on a regular basis. So
Sure.
I understand that.
Yeah,
But these guys, they can take it and spend some time with it and bring it out, nurture it to the point where, they can sell it for $60 a bottle. They probably have 20 or 30 in it, maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe not
could
even
be.
that much.
Could be.
A bottle.
could be. Hey, I saw our old friend, an old friend Sunday.
Who's that?
Ran into him. So we were out Sunday. I took the boat out Sunday, first time of the year. We took it out Sunday, rode up. I said, Troy was with me. I said, hey, we're gonna put it in down there at Copperhead, down lower end. I said, we're gonna haul it up to J.R. Cash's. I've never been up here. It's been quite a while, and honestly, it was quite a while since I've been up to the north end of the lake.
Right.
And so I came across and I looked over. I said, "Oh my!" And I kind of knew the stuff that was happening on Belmont, but it looked so much different from the water. Because
Yeah,
I've been
Lofton Park. And,
I've been over to
yeah.
the, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" There's townhouses going up the hill, and I was like, "Wow!" And I was pointing out. I said, "There's the current Muddy River Distillery up there on the hill.
Right on the,
You can
in
see
the
it.
warehouse.
Yeah, you can see the warehouse. So it was over there, blah, blah. And so then we were coming on up and we crossed under the 85 and we come on, and I was like, holy crap. So, I mean, I knew we've talked about it, but seen it from the water, so we pulled in.
All the clearing up there?
Well, we pulled into the slip at J.R. Cash's, and super beautiful facility. I mean, they've done a great job. And I wish I'd have been there sooner. But anyway, we go out. We're walking around. We go in, and we had a drink, a cocktail there, and then had a little snack of food. But we're coming out, and up comes the walkway is Mark and his
Ivana.
wife.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
I knew exactly who you were going, yeah.
And I was like, you got to be kidding me. And so we were hugging, and then just saying hello, catching up with Mark. And I said, it's so funny, Mark. We were just talking about you on the last podcast because we were talking about the palate. And I said, dude, you got one of the best palates of anybody I know. And so anyway.
Did he tell you that I told him that on Thursday night?
No, he said Brian had just told me.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I'm telling you. And so it was really good to see him. I hadn't seen either one of them in months.
Right.
And so anyway, it was fun. But
it was good to see him Thursday night. And I said, dude, last night we're on the podcast.
Yeah.
Were your ears burning?
Oh yeah.
And I told him, I was like, dude, we were tasting something, and we're like,
we're trying to pull all of those.
Mark would be able to pull this out.
Oh yeah.
Great guy, Ivana, she's awesome. Great folks. We had a great time Thursday night, hanging out. But I'm glad you ran into him.
No, it was good. And I was having a good time. So I have a new. Troy's wife ran across something. She bought it for me. It's a new T-shirt, and it looks like a Santa T-shirt. It's got the red with the belt on it and the whole thing on a T-shirt. So I'm wearing that pair of red shorts, and I'm walking around, and people in the restaurant are losing their minds. They are losing it. And we had so much fun with that. And we're coming out, and so there was a young lady that was at the bar when we were getting a drink, cocktail, and we're coming out, and I heard her name. It was a funny thing, and she was out back. I guess she was on break, and we were leaving, and I said her name was, I think it was Kristen, or I forget now, but anyway, I said, hey, Kristen, right? And she looked at me like, yeah. I said,
Are you naughty or nice?
I'm watching you. And she was like, oh my God.
You wanted a skateboard when you were 7.
Yeah. So, yeah, and we had a lot of fun. We ended up from here. We rode back down to the lower end to Papa Doc's.
Papa Doc's, yeah, that's awesome.
So
have they redone some of their sidewalks or anything?
It's amazing. They rehabbed all that stuff.
Good.
All the boat docks.
Last time I was there, man, I thought it was going to fall in over the water. So good.
No, they've.
Well, when I go down to Palisades, I'll be there playing golf in a little while, and I'm going to head over there afterwards just because you said that.
So we pull up. Here's another funny story. This is on the Santa thing. You're going to love this one, T. We pull up in the boat slip, and we're tying up the boat, and I hear this squealing. Oh my gosh! Look! And I look up on the deck, and there's two little boys up there, like young boys, and then look, Daddy, look, Mom, look,
There's Santa Claus.
So I wave at them, and they're like, these two little boys are about to lose it. Right? So,
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah. So we go up. This is funny. This is another funny. We go upstairs, and we're meeting our friends up there, and we're standing over at one of the high tops just talking. And I kept looking over, and these little boys kept looking over, and they were looking over. And I told Troy, I said, here, just hold my drink over here. And I walk over to the table to say hello. Well, the one little boy, he was found out he was like 2. He just turned 2.
Really?
He was wanting to jump in Mama's lap. He was scared to death, right? And so I come over there, and the other one was high-fiving me, and all the other brother. And I was like, well, I just want to come over and say hello, but I'll see you guys in Christmas, okay? And so anyway, it was, everybody up there was like looking. The bartender lady, she looked at me when I walked in, and she says, it's the wrong season for you. And I said, well, I'm on vacation. Can I not come in here? Is it okay? Right? So it was a fun day.
That's a lot of fun.
It was a little cool on Sunday, but it was a fun day.
Yeah. You were right at home. You were on the North Pole. It's going to be good for you.
Yeah.
T, we got anything going on with TSA?
Summer travel. The school's out. Everybody's wanting to travel.
Any stories?
It's a lot of crying babies.
A lot of crying babies.
I'm just glad I'm not on the plane with them.
So what do you guys got cranking up here, like coming up now on Father's Day?
Well, first of all, we finally maybe have a weekend where it's not going to rain on Saturday.
That you're correct. Saturday's supposed to be a nice day.
So we got Thursday, Friday, Saturday of good weather.
Yep.
And it is, we got a great lineup coming up. We got a great group of people coming up to play and people to enjoy it. But I'm telling you, man, the weather has killed us this year.
Yeah.
It's been tough, you know, and it's interesting that it's been so cool. I enjoy this weather. So for those of you who don't know, we're in Charlotte, North Carolina. We're right outside there. And the weather's been unusually cool for the time. And this weekend is going to be like 87 on Saturday, but the humidity is going to be so low. After today, this little front that's coming through is going to bring in a lot of cooler weather. The only issue we're having is this there's a wildfire up in Canada that's blowing down, but other than that, I mean, it's going to be a great weekend.
I hope we get some good rain because it'll help wash this stuff down out of the air.
When they were talking about it, they were saying that it could be a negative.
Really?
Like, I'm with you. I'm like, it'll rain it out. You know, we'll get it in. We'll blow it through. But they were saying it can make it trapped under the clouds if you don't get enough wind to blow it through. So we don't really know. They don't know. We're hoping that it blows it through. It wasn't too bad today. It was a little hazy. I was on the golf course and had a great day on the golf course. So I would say a good day. It could have been a great day, but I missed a few putts. And I was playing a course that I absolutely hate. So I'm really happy about my score.
The fact that you're able to go back out now after getting through the knee surgery and all that stuff.
You know, I had knee replacement January 24th, and now we're, almost 5 months in, about 4.5 months in. And I was able to play today with A, no pain, B, with stamina. Like, I was able to play my game through the entire round, keep my focus on it, and walk off. And right now, I'm good. Like, before, if I had to stand up, it would be a problem. But the knee surgery, I'm 4 months in. I just encourage people, you got a knee get it done.
Right.
Because I will tell you, like everybody else tells you when they get their knee replacement, I wish I'd have done it sooner. And that's true because it's all about quality of life.
Right.
If you're not having a quality of life, if you're not out there exercising because you're in pain, all you're doing is gaining weight and getting out of shape. Period. I mean, it's hard. Life enough is hard. It's hard to eat right. It's hard to exercise. But you add the pain to it, and it makes it worse.
Well, you prepped up for the surgery and all. You were on the bike. I mean, you were riding hard.
I was,
So-
and I still am like, how did I do 45 minutes on that Peloton? Like, I get in it and do 20 minutes, and I'm like, holy cow, how was I doing 45? But you know what? It's a mindset. You get on it, you're like, I got to reach this goal. The only way I'm going to reach this goal is if I pedal this much, eat this much. You know what I mean? You got to exercise and do it. And you find that groove.
Right.
And you know, if I do 45 minutes, I'm going to lose 2 pounds. So I know that, right? So and I had to get there or I couldn't have the surgery.
Right.
So now I'm in the mindset of I got to get there because I need to get there for my health.
Right.
You know, and I'm down, from a year ago, I'm down 25 pounds. And I'm going to be down another, let me think where I was this morning. I'm going to be down another 40 pounds in about 3 months. I'm going to give myself 3 months. It may come sooner, but I need to get down another 40 pounds and get in shape, be in shape. Yesterday I cut the grass. Then I went and worked out. I did deadlifts, squats, cleans. You know, and the reason I say all that is I'm trying to encourage people to say, look, you've got to push yourself.
Right.
Life is precious, and you've got to cherish it. You know, and believe me, yesterday was tough. But today I go out, and dude, I'm feeling great.
Right. So you had the stamina to go.
Yeah, I mean, you got to push yourself to those
Right.
things, you know.
Well, I got you.
And
Cool.
it's all about enjoying life. You know, we drink bourbon, we smoke cigars, we do it with friends because we want to enjoy life. That's what this podcast is all about.
Yeah.
Helping people enjoy life together.
Hey, T.
Therapy.
Therapy.
It's my therapy.
Good old therapy. I
T's
love
not talking her leg off today.
it. No, she's okay.
But
she's in the
She's
zone.
having therapy.
Therapy.
Sometimes it's good just to sit there and enjoy the moment.
I get you.
We are alive. We are healthy. We have our health. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Why? That's what we need to appreciate every day.
So I've noticed going through this cigar, very consistent.
Yeah.
From the light up to I'm getting about half in, and I was thinking it was going to amp up, but it's just been very consistent. You know, I haven't seen it. It's been a very good burn, very uniform. So you know right off the bat, construction isn't good.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm getting some hay. I'm getting some actual honeysuckle. Go back to Mark. I'm getting some honeysuckle, maybe some magenta. I don't know what Mark would say. But I'm saying that the flavor in this cigar is so good. It's not just about how, is it medium, is it mild,
Right.
It's not about that. It's about what flavor profiles you're getting out of it. And it's not just a straight tobacco cigar. This thing has some character to it.
right. Oh, it definitely does.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
The El Torcedor is that way. It is a medium cigar, but it's one of my favorite cigars because it has that character.
Yep.
It's a bouquet of flavors in that.
I even did the
Oh, this is going on my list.
I even did the king cut on this one. I don't know. Instead of just doing the V, I went ahead and flipped it and did a king cut because I wanted to make sure it was a nice, easy draw.
Yeah.
And that was probably a good choice because typically I would have just done a straight V. It's my little cutter I have, but Smoking Barrel has these, by the way. I got this one here. I bought this one here. This has been one of the best little things because I don't have to keep up with two devices.
Right.
Right.
And if you're a V-cut guy,
Yeah.
what most of us are, yeah, it's a great buy too. I mean, the value on that,
Yeah.
it's incredible. But we were talking about what's your go-to cigar? What do you take when you go on a trip? You know what? I'm adding this. I'm going on a trip next week, and I'm going to add this to my trip because this would work perfect on the beach or sitting out on my veranda with the 18-year rum that I'm going to buy,
Sure.
like the Appleton rum, and you sit out there with this? Are you kidding me?
It would be.
Why do I
good.
have to go anywhere? We got to go eat. I'll be with you.
I'll be with you.
Y'all mind. I'll be
Yeah.
with you in a minute.
Yeah, man.
I'm like having a moment. You know? I'm
Yeah.
serious, man. This is, and I am not traditionally an Habano guy. You want me, I want Maduro, Double Connecticut, those are mine, right?
Right.
This right here, this Habano wrap, this Nicaraguan Habano wrap, I gotta tell you, I don't say this often. It's a freaking good cigar. And you know, a lot of times I'm down the middle, it's a good cigar, it's good value. No, this is a cigar you gotta buy.
Which one? What are you having for a trip? See, I think we talked about last week, but
You want me to answer that? I'll let her answer, but I know what her answer is. Go ahead. I know her like this. I know her like the back of my hand.
Of course, I'll take a couple of the house cigars. Pack some of those. They mix two.
it makes two.
And if it's my vacation, I may take a bull. I normally don't smoke a bull but once a year, and that's on my birthday. But I may take a bull. I'll take a couple of LFDs because I like to drink.
What is it about the bull that just makes you guys? I don't even think I've ever smoked a bull, by the way. But what is it about the bull that
Have
is?
you not
never-
smoked an Andalusian bull?
No.
All right.
Wow.
All right. Here's what's
I'm
gonna
gonna
happen.
buy one. I'm
Wait.
gonna buy one.
No. Here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna leave here. We're gonna go to my house, and I'm gonna bring you a bull,
Okay.
Man, you gotta smoke it.
and I will let you answer your question.
Okay.
I tell you what, you gotta take one of your top shelf bourbons and have it there.
Now, if I could suggest one,
Okay.
the Boss Hog would be, the reason is the plum barrel finish of the Boss Hog
Right.
is perfect because they're both. So how do I explain the bull? It is less than medium. It may be medium, but it's less.
Okay.
But it's, the flavor on it is sort of orange. So you get some orange on it. You get some violets. You get some floral taste off of it.
Got it.
And that, I mean, we're talking premium smoke, right? With the Boss Hog. So the Boss Hog's a $620 bottle. I think that it pairs well with a a floral or a less than full strength bourbon. So I don't know what your favorite bourbon is that's a little milder. No more than 100 proof.
Really?
No more than 100 proof. I wouldn't go more than 100 proof with it.
Cool.
But you got to use a straight cut.
Straight cut.
I don't like the bull with a V cut. I don't like that feel on my tongue. I like the straight cut with it, and it burns. So
She's laughing over there.
what do you think? No?
I was just laughing at what you said.
What did I say?
Never mind.
A lot on my tongue. I know. I got it.
All right. All right.
There's a time and a place for a V cut and a straight cut.
All right. I got you.
All right.
All right.
You need to get out of the gutter.
I can't help it.
Right? I'm talking sincere here, trying to help a man
All right.
enjoy his cigar. No, but you will absolutely. No, you're good.
I
Hey,
have.
you will absolutely love it.
I have some premiums. I got some. So when I get into that, so when you talk about something that's got just a great flavor and so forth, so that Heaven Hill 7-year bottle in mine is
That would be a good one.
incredible.
I think that would be a good one. What I think you should do, here's my advice on that. I think you should smoke a little bit of cigar and then decide what you want to drink with it.
I like that.
Because, I mean, the Heaven Hill is a great drink. You know I love it.
Yeah.
But I don't even think a rye is good with it. I don't think a rye is your choice.
Okay.
But I mean, the Heaven Hill is not a rye. But what I mean is, you don't want to go there. Even a Buffalo Trace or a Knob Creek or I'm looking up there now for ideas, but those are good with it. Like, you'll enjoy the whole thing, and it won't take away from the flavor of the bull, because the bull is so rare.
So you don't want to go cask strength?
Hell no.
Okay.
No. No, you don't want to go barrel strength, cast strength. You don't, none of that.
Okay.
I mean, a small batch, I'm just reaching here. A small batch Elijah Craig would be fine. I got a couple more I'm going to come up with. I don't even think Blanton's is good with it. I mean, Blanton's is good, but it's a little stronger than the Buffalo Trace. Don't you think? I think it's too strong. And you don't want to water down your Blanton's. You don't want to water down your Eagle Rare. You know, even a Larceny bottled in bond.
Yeah.
I mean, we could go down that line, but I think you're now a good one would be the Redbreast 12 or 15.
Oh gosh.
So that would
There you go.
be a good pairing.
That's very light.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
Man, those are light.
I think you would enjoy that.
Yep. A lot of sweetness.
Now here's one I'm gonna throw out: the Jefferson's Ocean Reserve could be a good one. Just depends on the batch. But I like the Uncle Nearest 1856, but I'm worried that it might be a little over the top on it, so you might have to check with that. But
The Redbreast is easy.
I think the
That's
Redbreast
just
12 is a good match. for
Super
that.
light.
Yeah.
It's just very light, so it's not going to compete with any of them.
No, I think you'd be good with that.
I like the idea though. Like that thing. Get into it. Quarter-inch into it and see where it's settling in.
Well, you come from it from
And then just go select. Okay, I'm going to drink that one.
well, because you come from the bourbon side,
Yeah.
right? You don't come from the cigar side. If I was going to do it, I would taste, let's just say, the Angel's Envy. I'd taste that and go, it's not the right fit. Like, that's not the right fit for a bull. What I need is a smooth finish. That is not a smooth finish. It is a cast finish. It's going to have a little linger in the back of the throat. That's not what I'm looking for.
Okay.
Right? So even a Appleton 18-year rum, which is exactly what I'm going to smoke a bull with when I'm in Jamaica. That is exactly what I'm going to smoke it with.
Gotcha.
Smooth, easy. That's what you want.
Gotcha. Cool.
Damn, I didn't even know you had never had a bull. So you'll be able to tell. So T talks about, and I do too. I mean, we have a lot of the same palate. And she was talking about having a couple of LFDs on her travel. Well, I'm going to do the same.
Right.
I'm going to have the double Lajero. So I'm not going to take the digger because the digger is that big. And the problem with it is, in a high humidity environment, it's going to lose a lot because just smoking it.
Right.
It's going to get soggy. It's a great smoke, but it's just too much. You need double Lajero 500, 600, 700.
And I wonder what was. So you talking about the cigars like this long? I was
Well,
thinking.
don't get her
I think
started
about those
on
like
that.
my old show I used to watch way back in the day, Dukes of Hazzard, old Boss Hogg. I don't know what the hell he smoked sitting in the back of that Cadillac, but that thing was like 12, 18 inches long. It was
Probably a digger.
big old cigar. Good gosh.
So we had a guy in here the other day.
I'm gonna look it up.
Look it up.
It was his first time in, and he was looking around, and I suggested a couple cigars for him. So he grabbed the Nola Big Chief, the Warrior, which is damn near a 70 gauge cigar.
That's a relationship right there.
And he told me, because I suggested a couple other ones to him, he bought the last X Factor, and I suggested a Cowan by Legacy Tobacco. And so he said the thing about the Cowan is the length of it. He said, if I buy this cigar, he said, I'm going to be mad. He said, but I'm going to try it just because you suggested it. He said, I'm going to try it. But if it's a good cigar, I'm going to be mad because it's not long enough.
It runs out.
And I told him, I said, yeah, you're probably going to be mad.
Okay, gotcha.
So we have a lot of guys that come in and they smoke nothing less than a 660.
Right.
That's why I try to make it a note in the back of my mind to keep in the Flathead 770, 660, because we got guys that come in and, for example, we got 5 packs of 660s in there, which are on sale for Father's Day. They come in and get them, and they buy. We got one guy, he comes in, he'll buy 3 packs, 3 5-packs. But I mean, that's what they do. That's what they like.
Right.
So I try to keep a wide range. I have people that, you know, it's getting hot outside. They want a Lancero.
Right.
You know, and I try to, when I speak with the reps, you know, you carry any Lancero at all. You know, I try to get it in. Some of them do good, some of them don't. You know, it just depends. It depends on your clientele.
Right.
Is what it depends on. But
you were golfing today. You were talking about so it was every year when we do our big tournament. There's a guy that comes, and I think he does that. I think he has this system set. As when we're in the carts getting ready to go out for the tournament, he pulls out of the bag, and it's one of them big things. And I'm like, okay, he's lighting up that cigar, and it's for the whole day. I mean, it's for the round, right? He's going to be out there for. Well, I don't know. Sometimes these tournaments run 4 to 5 hours, but I don't think it lasts all day. But he ain't gonna relight something.
No.
You know, he starts off with a big boy.
So far, nobody knows what Boss Hogg smoked.
Okay.
There's a lot of guesses, but nobody ever came out and said Jefferson Anderson. I think it was his name.
Yeah.
They didn't say what he smoked.
I just remember the little man with the white suit on and the big cigar.
Always had the white suit. Had a twin brother. Remember that?
Crazy.
I just remember Daisy.
Well, yeah.
I wonder why.
I'm a red-blooded American male.
Well, there's plenty of daisies coming through the airport right about now.
Yeah, but they don't look like that.
No,
Some should, some shouldn't.
and some shouldn't have on what they have on.
No, I'm with you.
I agree with that.
I look at it and go, no. I mean, it's a media, right? You go, why you got, no.
Right.
Why are you going to put that on?
That part.
I mean, I understand that whoever's with you may enjoy that.
Yeah.
I'm good. Hey, to each his own, but I don't need to see that. I can't unsee that.
So the one thing,
You had your kids. You had boy and a girl. I only had boys, but I don't know how. This is just dad here. If I had, and I have my two boys, both got, or they have daughters. I have granddaughters, and I'm telling you, when I see granddaughter down the road, I can see this. Somewhere down the road, Pop's going to say, "What, girl? Go back in the house and get some clothes on." It's going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going to say, "Oh, you're just old." And I was like, "Yes, I am."
I'm Pop in the bar, right?
Okay.
I mean, the average age of the people that work here are like 22. So I'm Pop. And I've seen enough to go, if it helps you with your tips, I'm good, but we need to rethink that whole thing.
Yeah.
this is what I don't understand. And I see it every day. So it's not unusual for me, but you have ladies come through the airport and they got on a waist trainer or a corset that it took two people to put them in. And their boobs is in their throat. And I'm like, of course that's gonna light up. And I'm looking at them like, I asked this one, I said, why you got that on? Why? You know you're going, once you get through security, you know you're going to find something to eat. You're going to eat with that thing on. And the food going to get trapped in your throat because the corset's so tight.
Oh my Lord.
I don't get it.
Well, I don't either. I get what you're saying. If you got to go there, then why do it?
Right.
I'm just saying, everybody sees it, everybody knows. It's all right. Just be happy with who you are. It's my thing. Just be happy with who you are as a person.
Yesterday, this lady and her daughter came through. And you couldn't have told me that they wasn't sisters. Because the mom came through and she was good to go, and the daughter came through, and I had to stop. I was like, wait. So I looked at the young lady and I was like, she was literally a child in a grown woman's body. Like seriously.
Yeah.
Like, I'm 5'6", and hell, I'm 50. This chick was like 5'9", and she looked like a damn 30-year-old. And so, but in the face, she had a child's face. So I asked her, I was like, how old are you? She She said 14.
Right. Yeah.
Jesus. So I was like, Mom, I said, who you traveling with? She said, oh, that's my mom. I said, ma'am, come back over here, please. So I had to pat this young lady down. And I explained to her mom, hey, listen, I got to pat her down, this, that, and the third. She was like, all right. I said, are you okay? She was like, yeah, I'm fine. So I patted her down and everything was fine. But it's just looking at this child at this height and this build.
That's a lot of problems down the road, I'm telling you.
Man, look.
Because there's going to be a 17-year-old or 18-year-old or worse.
It's going to be a 20-something-year-old.
That's worse. That's what I'm saying. That's going to take advantage there, and I hope they do the right thing with her.
Yeah.
I mean, because it happens every day. I mean, you know, these beautiful young ladies, and they want to be older, right? They see it on Instagram, they see it on Snapchat or whatever, but they're wanting to be older. Yeah, and mom is in her 30s.
It comes fast enough. You don't need to rush it.
Listen,
No, but
I know.
how do you convince them? I'm glad I'm out of that. All is well.
I feel sorry for my son.
Troy.
He has a 24-year-old cigar that has not been stored correctly. Can you say
Troy,
It's gonna be hard.
potentially yes. So what I would do if you have a humidor, or if you want to buy, so where's my
Bavarian pack or something?
yeah, you can have a Humipack. I was going to bring mine out, but get you a Humipack and put it in a closely secure place and leave it for at least a month to 2 months, because you've got a live leaf in there that's been dry. I don't know where it's been stored, so I don't. 24-year-old, you're going to have a high nicotine content on that when you hit it. So my concern is, I think you need to keep that at least 2+ months in a humidifier, a humid environment at least 70 to bring that back. Because that, you don't want to smoke it before then. When you fill it, if it still feels tight, like it's not soft, you got to get it to where it's soft. You don't want to smoke that before then, because you get sick, I think.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
These, as you said that, I had to feel this. These are just.
But you see the pliability of these? Like, these are soft.
and it's
They're not overly soft.
not
but
mushy, but
no, but you got to get it to a point where it's not a hard feel.
Right.
And you know that when you feel it. You're a married man. You know what it's like to feel soft. So you know what it's like. So you want to feel firm. So Troy, that's what I would recommend.
hang on a second.
Uh-oh.
Okay. That was something else.
So hopefully that helps, Troy. I would recommend that. Just keep it. Be patient with it. Just like a good woman. Be patient with it. Everything will work out.
Cool. Woo. Now the back third of this is stepping up.
You think?
It is. I don't know. Maybe it's just my. It's.
No, it's a little harder hit.
It's picking up a little bit to the back third. I think it is.
But you know what's great? I'm here on the back third.
It's got.
I can hold this cigar right there and barely feel the heat.
No, you're right. It's done well.
I mean, this is a well-crafted cigar. A lot of times you get to hear, you're feeling the heat off that cigar on your fingers.
Right.
Right now, my fingers are cool right there.
Right.
And that's the definition of a great crafted cigar.
Go.
Absolutely
What do you think,
phenomenal.
Pete? You like it? Oh, look at you. You're sucking that thing down.
She's been smoking. She ain't been talking today. She's been smoking. She's enjoying the
What's your
moment.
thoughts of Angel Envy?
Love it.
Eh?
You like that finish?
It's 86 proof. It's going to be nice and smooth. 86 point. So let's call it 87. Let's round up. It's just it's they've got a niche there. They've got it dialed in. You know.
Well, but I think
it
it goes to the masses, don't you?
Yeah. To me, it's like the Woodford, right? So it's 83, 80. It's consistent. You know, when you get this Angel Envy, you know exactly what's there. There's no guessing. They crafted it, they blended it, they put it to the profile. You're going to get it. 87 proof and done.
Like we said, I mean, it's a niche they've hit, and they've done it well, and it makes them stand out from the average bourbon. That's its popularity.
Yep.
There's no doubt.
Yep.
And you would think others, I mean, not that they have to, so I have to quantify this, that others would follow a little bit of that recipe. It could be the craft guys, it could be others. I mean, because Elijah Craig at Heaven Hill is not going to change. Heaven Hill Bottle and Bond is not going to change. But you've got this recipe. Why wouldn't you take those discarded potential barrels, reformulate them into a new cask, and rebrand it for something else? I don't know. Maybe it's not enough volume to do it. We're not saying that's what Angel's Envy does, so I don't want you guys to think that. But I think you can recraft these to get the same profile with a different barrel, right? You could recraft that to do it. I'd love to see what Barrel 30's doing with some of those barrels. I'd love to see what they're doing.
Yep.
It's almost like you want to be there all the time because they're always creating new stuff.
One of his houses. I think I got you a bottle of that.
The Barrel 30.
100 proof.
Yeah.
This is one that they're crafting to hit the same profile, batch after batch after batch. It's 100 proof. They proof it back and they're hitting that just all the time. This might be a good one with the 100 proof.
You know what? Like I said, try the cigar.
Yeah.
Try the bowl, and then pick your bourbon. Hit that, because when you hit it the first couple times, it's going to be the same all the way through. You don't have to worry about the profile changing. It's going to have that hint of orange. It's going to have that flavor to it. It's just different, right? But it's also hard to get. So that supply and demand, but also it's pretty special. I'm taking 2 with me next week. So next week we will not be on the podcast next Wednesday, unless you guys want to do it.
No, that's fine. It's gonna be a short week for me because that's we're heading off for Virginia for the weekend, so short week. So we're going to Jamaica. It's our 32nd wedding anniversary. We love Jamaica. It's our 10th time to Jamaica. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Right side, wrong side. No, left side, right side, suicide. They drive on the wrong side of the road in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Love it. Going to Sandals the Grill and just have a
12 years, Sandals.
What's that?
Free trip in July. 12 years, Sandals.
Go, brother. So, hey, love Jamaica. It's a phenomenal place. The people are wonderful. So, yeah, I'm living the dream. So, next week we're going to do that. We'll be back a week from Wednesday, which is the 21st of June. We'll be back. My actual anniversary is June 22nd. So, we're going out that night.
Sure.
You know we're going to do it. You know we're going to do it. We're not going to Webb.
Not Webb. You're going down to the other place.
Going to downtown Charlotte.
There you go.
We're we're going to stay at the Dunhill, which is within walking distance of
Capital.
Capitol Grill. So we got a reservation at Capitol Grill on June 22nd, and we're going to stay at the Dunhill. I love my wife. And we are going to have a great time.
Cool.
So that's what it's all about. T, what you got last? What you got going on?
All right, I ain't gonna ask you about that. What's the best cigar? Because you already killed that cigar. What was the best cigar, T?
When I had right now with friends and family.
There we go. Salute. Thank you for joining us today. We appreciate you joining us. We don't take you for granted. We love you. Thanks for being here. We enjoy it. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Salute.
Enjoy.
Cheers.